Sutcliffe had been able to evade capture for 5.5 years.
It is apparent from the report that there were major errors of judgment by the police.
6 months later, on the 19th of January 1982, the Home Secretary, William Whitelaw, gave Parliament a summary of Lawrence Byford's findings.
With hindsight, it is now clear that if these errors and inefficiencies had not occurred, Sutcliffe would have been identified as a prime suspect sooner than he was.
I still think that Mr. Oldfield and other officers did their very best.
Chief Constable Ronald Gregory defended his staff.
It's so easy to investigate homicide from a position where you know who's done it and look backwards. The super policeman who can make the right decision at the right time hasn't been born yet.
Mr. Sampson's report details a catalogue of police misjudgments and mistakes during the 5-year inquiry.
An internal West Yorkshire inquiry made further criticisms 18 months later.
How detectives ignored early photo-fit descriptions, how attacks were wrongly assessed, and how the whole administration of the inquiry was below standard.
8 years in jail for the man who hoaxed the police in the hunt for the Yorkshire Ripper.
It would be many more years before a clever DNA analysis located the man who'd led the investigation so disastrously astray. The voice on the tape, Wearside Jack.
And this is the moment when John Humble, in the blue sweatshirt, proved he was the man who sent the hoax tape.
Would you read that for us, please, John?
I'm Jack. I say you are still having no luck catching me.
John Humble had been arrested in October 2005 by a team of West Yorkshire detectives. 5 months later, a judge at Leeds Crown Court sentenced him to 8 years in prison for perverting the course of justice.
Why on earth did this man from Sunderland do it? Well, I can tell you in police interviews what he said. He told them he did it because he was unemployed, he was bored, and he had nothing else to do.
Well, David Zackrisson, that was a report referring, of course, to John Humble himself. It was DNA was suddenly available, wasn't it? Many years after the event.
Yes, I was extremely relieved when I heard that Humble had been arrested, because I knew that in 1987 an inquiry had been launched on the basis that the hoaxer could have been a police officer. In other words, the only person capable of perpetrating this hoax had to have inside knowledge. I received a telephone call from an officer who introduced himself, and it became apparent that it was being tape recorded, and I put the phone down. And I remember turning round to my wife and saying, if they never catch this guy, we know some of the crazy conspiracy theories that abound, they'll have me as being the letter writer. So when Humble was arrested, I breathed a sigh of relief.
Elaine Benson, we heard Chief Constable Gregory